You're putting in the hours, you're trying to learn the skills, but the results, they just aren't there. And honestly, it's one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. So today, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Why aren't you making money online? Let's figure out what really needs to change.
I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? It's probably the one that keeps you up at night. You see other people succeeding, you hear all the stories, and you're just left wondering, what am I missing here? You've definitely put in the time. You've probably spent countless hours on YouTube just soaking up tutorials, listening to all the gurus, and taking notes on every single secret and hack you could possibly find. And let's be real, your web browser is basically a library of good intentions. It is packed full of bookmarked blog posts, saved articles, and all these different guides. You have absolutely done the research part. And yet, after all that effort, the needle just hasn't moved. The bank account looks exactly the same. That feeling of being totally stuck, of just spinning your wheels, it's real, and it is completely understandable. So let's just get this straight, that frustration is absolutely real. But the goal itself, it is not impossible. Making money online definitely works. The problem isn't the destination, it's the map you've been using. It's all about your approach. And the good news is, that's something we can totally fix. Okay, so let's dive into the first huge roadblock. We're going to call it the consumption trap. This is that sneaky idea that just learning a little bit more, watching one more video will somehow magically lead to earning more. You can really see the problem right here. On the left, you've got all these passive things we get stuck in, watching, saving, planning. But look at the right. Those are the active words that actually get results: doing, building, and launching. The huge gap between those two columns is where almost everybody gets lost. And this quote just says it all perfectly. Think about it like this. You can read every single book on how to swim, you can watch every video, you can understand the physics of it perfectly. But until you actually get in the water and start moving your arms, you're not a swimmer. You're just a very, very well-informed person standing on the side of the pool. And a lot of times, it's the free content that fuels this trap. I mean, it can be helpful, for sure, but it's usually scattered all over the place, it's missing key steps, or it gives you all this conflicting advice. And that just keeps you spinning your wheels, always looking for that one missing piece, instead of actually building something with a complete plan. Now, let's move on to the second major issue, which builds right on top of the first one: the path of chaos. This is all about what happens when you don't have a single, focused direction. Sound familiar? This is classic shiny object syndrome. One week, you are all in on affiliate marketing, but then you hear about Forex trading, and you immediately jump ship. The problem is, every single time you switch, you reset your progress right back to zero. You never stick with one thing long enough to actually build momentum. This is so important. Imagine all your effort is like water coming out of a garden hose. If you just wave it around wildly, you'll make a huge mess, but you won't actually clean anything. But if you focus that same stream of water into a single, high-pressure jet, you can cut right through the dirt. Well, structure gives your effort that same kind of power and direction. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, it might be the most important one of all: the mindset mistake. This is all about how you are mentally framing this entire thing. It's really as simple as this. If you treat this like a casual hobby or just a side activity that you dip into whenever you feel like it, well, your results are going to be just as casual. But if you start treating it like a real opportunity, one that demands that you show up and stay focused, your results will start to reflect that seriousness. This one is painful because it's so common. So many people give up when results are slow or when their motivation takes a nosedive. What they don't realize is that they are often just inches away from that breakthrough, but they quit during that final, most difficult part of the race. So here's the crucial point, and I really want this to sink in. You cannot wait for results to show up before you decide to be consistent. Consistency is the cause, and the results are the effect. You have to put the work in first, trusting that the results will follow that sustained effort. Okay, so we've diagnosed all the problems. Now for the most important part of this whole thing, the solution. How do we move out of this cycle of frustration and into a cycle of actual progress? Well, it all comes down to a simple 3-part framework. This right here is your new game plan. It's really that simple. Number 1, you commit to action over just consuming more stuff. 2, you commit to one structured path.
No more chasing shiny objects. And 3, you commit to being unshakably consistent, showing up every single day, especially on the hard days.
Let's be crystal clear on what we mean by action. It's not just thinking about an idea or planning it out. It's actually building the website, writing the blog post, creating the video, launching the product. It is real, tangible implementation.
And structure? Well, think of this as your defense against chaos. It means you pick one path and you give it your full, undivided attention for a good amount of time, ignoring all those other opportunities that try to pull you off course. And finally, consistency. This is the engine that drives everything forward. It's your superpower. It's showing up even when motivation is completely gone. It's doing the boring work. It's that daily, unglamorous effort that, believe me, is behind every single success story. So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Close the 15 tabs you have open right now. Stop searching for one more secret. The information was never the problem. The solution is right here. A deep commitment to action, structure, and consistency. So let's end with this question. Forget about tomorrow or next week for a minute. Based on everything we just covered, what is the one single tangible action you will commit to taking today to move yourself from that information column over to the action column? The answer to that question, well, that could change everything.